Okay, so I'm just going to take
back with the bigger drill bit.
There. All I did was make that hole a little bigger. And that way this will, yeah, perfect. Look at that.
Beautiful.
So that fits just like that. Okay. Now for the lower bucket. Just right in the side.
Anywhere, really.
Anywhere on the side, but near the bottom. Okay, so we need to figure out what kind of drill bit goes in there.
I'd say a slightly bigger one.
And this is a 3/4 inch spade bit, and that looks like that's going to fit pretty well. You want to make sure too you don't just drill, you need to offset it a bit because the inside of the bucket is about 1/4 to 1/2 inch above. So I'm going to put my spigot right about here. And that just means there will be a little bit of water in the bottom. You won't be able to get out without tipping it, but you want to keep it full up most of the time too. These are 5-gallon buckets. You figure that every one person needs 1 gallon per day for survival. So that's what you want to figure on. So you could set up 2 of these if you have a lot of people. For our family, 1 ought to be enough. Hopefully we never have to use it. So that made a little, you can see right there, we've got about a 1/2 inch of clearance.
Oh, beautiful.
So there'll be a little bit of water in the bottom you won't be able to get to, but that's okay. I didn't want, you got to have enough clearance for your nut as well. Okay. Okay, so we put this flat washer on the outside. Okay, so that's going to go like that. And then we've got this tapered washer. It's going to go on the inside, taper towards the outside of the bucket. And this is basically, there's this product called the Big Berkey water filter. This is essentially the same thing, but for total cost it was probably about $45 when you consider the cost of the buckets. The Big Berkey one is nice. It's stainless steel. It'll survive nuclear war and all that, but it's fairly expensive. Pull back for a second here. One of the things you want to do too, I don't know if you can see this, but the symbol on the bottom, HDPE2, that's the recycle symbol. That's the style of bucket you want. So painting buckets, I don't believe will fit the bill for this.
In fact, we suggest a Home Depot bucket. Those are working pretty good.
They're very inexpensive. And I'm just going to tighten this up a bit. Not too much. Oh, and before you tighten it up, make sure you get all the grease off your wrench. Alright, that ought to be waterproof. So what we'll do is we'll
test it out, I guess.
We'll leak test it.
Well, there you go. That's your little...
That's it. And that was those 2 videos start to finish. So you probably need another, if you have to go fetch your water, you want to fetch it with either a 3rd bucket. You could take this bucket, but you need to be careful because this spout extends beyond the rim, and you can't, with 5 gallons of water and you set it down, you might pop that filter out. So there you go. You have your dirty water in here. After it's done filtering, you can take this off, swap lids, and tighten that down, and you've got a nice sterile water supply. You would need, though, to probably punch a hole in there to allow water to drain out. Just keep it cracked. Or you can just leave that lid on, and there's your hole. Okay? So there you go. Family water filtration system for about $45 and 10 minutes of work. Alright, Blue State Survival signing off.